How's it going, everybody? Oreo the Orca here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sundays, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern. Oh, what an exciting show we have got for you today. My friends, we will be joined at 20 after, by the way. Oreo the Orca pulled some strings. Dan Housen is going to be on this program at about 20 minutes after the top of the hour. A fellow black and white friend, and we're going to be talking to him about his broken leg and everything else that Dan Housen would want to talk about here today. Mike Sempervive is going to be joining us as well. Hopefully he does not wear a fisherman's costume today. I'd be very upset about that. But we are going to go over the news in the next segment. We have a lot of news to talk about here today. We've got ratings. You know those ratings for SmackDown and Rampage. We'll talk about those today. And we've also got Raw, the Raw report. The original host, Bryan, thought that Oreo might get really mad about Raw, but Oreo's not a wrestling fan. But he actually enjoyed the show last night. So you're going to get Oreo's Raw report here today. And maybe we'll talk about these ratings. I don't know why anybody would care, but we'll talk about those. And some other stuff as well. Would like to mention that if you enjoy the show today, you can thank the Twitch homies who raised $1,000 to get me here on the show. I don't come cheap, but if you enjoy the show, you are welcome to still donate on the link which is up right now at Bryan Alvarez. I don't have a Twitter, but you can go to @Bryan Alvarez and the link is there to donate. But anyway, we're going to be back in a moment, everybody, with Mike Sempervive and more here on Wrestling Observer Live. Wrestling Observer Live today. I'm Oreo the Orca. I'm doing the hosting duties today. I may have had a shot. Mike Sempervive is joining us here today. How are you doing, Mr. Sempervive?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, Oreo. How does it feel being here as a host on land of this very famous radio show?
Well, you know, us whales breathe air, so it's possible to be on land. But you know what I wanted to do very quickly before we do this Raw report is I think we both have the chance here to say what we really think about this Bryan Alvarez bloke that he's not here today. This lazy bastard, he's always taking vacations. I hear he's at Cannon Beach today. And you know what else I heard? I heard that later this month, he might be taking his children on a Disney cruise and you're going to be in charge of doing this show for a week. And he'll still get paid. Oh.
Can you believe that guy? What a bum. You know, it's amazing, too. He goes to the dentist constantly, yet you have just as nice as teeth as Bryan does, Oreo.
Yeah, damn right I do. Hey, you know what else? You know what else about this, Bryan?
What's that?
He's paid by Tony Khan.
Oh.
I don't even know who that is, but I hear that he pays him.
Oh, Oreo, look, I just don't want you blubbering about here, you know, just telling a whale of a story about Tony Khan. We wouldn't want the whole show to be like that.
Hey, I want the Twitch homies and I think they're called the top tier YouTube subscribers. I don't think I can't see what you're saying right now. Yeah, I'm looking at it as we speak. Should we talk about Raw?
Yeah, just be careful out there. Don't be a Moby Dick. You hear me?
Let's talk about Raw. Did you watch this show, Mike?
I did.
Yeah, what'd you think about it?
You know, I didn't think it was too bad of a show, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there was a lot of wrestling.
There was, and that actually made me happy. And there was actually a nice main event, even though I knew Liv Morgan was not going to get the victory. It was a nice, good performance for her. I thought it was a nice way to close the show. And even though Becky kind of weaseled her way into getting the victory there, I thought it was a nice performance by Liv. You okay over there, Oreo?
Yeah,
good.
I had a little technical issue. I think it's fixed now. I think we might have been peaking the microphone there for a little bit.
You got to be careful about that.
You know, I'm new at this job. Brian's the one that usually does all the technical stuff, but with him gone, I was in charge. Does that sound better, everybody? Let me check here.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's do Raw. Because we got to do the Raw report, I've been told, every week. People seem to like it. I'm going to try to remember this off the top of my head here. What did it start with, Mike? Help me out here.
Well, it started actually with a set of monologues from the three people that would be involved in the cage match coming up to start the show.
Yes. We had Seth Rollins and Big E and that other guy, Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah, don't make me say it. All three of them did interviews because they're going to be having a match at the Day 1 pay-per-view. Have you heard about this Day 1 pay-per-view, Mike?
I have. It's going to be a Peacock special January 1st, I believe, right?
Yeah, these geniuses came up with the idea of Day 1, not realizing that in 2 years, there's going to be 5 straight years where Day 1 is not, in fact, on a weekend.
Yeah, but look,
I bet they didn't think about that one, did they?
Maybe not.
No,
it depends
of course they didn't, Mike.
Depends on who pitched this to Vince. You never know. This could be a Tony Khan idea where he went to Peacock and said, look, everybody else is watching football. They're watching the Winter Classic. You got a bunch of hungover people on the first. It's a national holiday no matter where you go.
About an hour.
Well, it's a national holiday no matter when it takes place, no matter what day is on. So if you wanted to build a show on the first, you could do that if you wanted to. But how long will Vince have interest in it? That might be an issue.
Turn my sound up. It's peaking here. All right, we had Big E versus Kevin Owens in a steel cage match.
I bet somebody tuning in is peaking right now.
WWE, Mike. We got to have 4 cage matches in 4 days in WWE. Or maybe it's 3. I'm an Orca. I don't count very well. But Big E beat Kevin Owens in the cage match. I, as a whale, thought it was a very good match. And there was a big ending off the top, and then Big E pinned him. That was good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Then Seth attacked him afterwards.
I have a slight delay here, so, you know, if I talk over you, I apologize.
Fair enough. I'm used to it.
I also apologize if I eat you. Queen Zelina faced Nikki Ash. She beat her in 2 minutes. Because this Nikki Ash is a loser. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
I do indeed.
All right. Then we had Jerry Lawler belittling the loser. Because why not? The Street Profits faced AJ Styles and Omos. It's a tournament. I think they called it a bronament. I don't know what the hell that is. But they had one. And in the first match, the Street Profits won. Because this big dummy Omos left the ring. And the skinny guy was counting. And Omos is apparently, he does not have in-ear monitors like I do. He didn't hear it. And he was counted out of the ring like an idiot.
So, Oreo, it is a fact that Omos is not your brother?
No, he's not my brother. I'm a whale. He's clearly a man.
Aye.
Very tall man, but a man nonetheless. We had some other stuff. Damian Priest beat Robert Roode. That was a good match. They went 10 minutes. I enjoyed that match. Did you know that there was an hour and 15 minutes of wrestling on this show? Coming on the heels of SmackDown on Friday that had 16 minutes on the entire show.
You know, I can understand.
Went from 8 minutes an hour to 25 minutes an hour, according to my whale math.
I can understand you wanting to keep count of this. I know time is very important when you're floating around in the ocean.
Damn straight. Bianca Belair beat Doudrop. Hey, have you ever heard of Dave Meltzer?
Heard of him?
You know that guy?
Yeah.
Also paid by Tony Khan?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He didn't think this match was very good.
Oh.
I thought it was really good.
Only gave it
But
6 stars.
What am I? I'm just a whale.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bianca won via count out. That I can acknowledge was lame.
Do you have a blowhole rating system? Like if you're really excited about a match, it gives you 6 squirts?
This match was 2 3/4 holes, if you must know. This Miz and Edge's father had a face-off, and they're going to apparently have a match on day 1. Dominic and Rey Mysterio beat the Alpha Academy. 3 minutes, because why would you give Rey Mysterio more than 3 minutes? And actually, they gave him 0 minutes because he never tagged in.
Oreo, who is bigger, you
or Otis?
Or Otis?
Do you need help here, Mike?
No,
the answer is I am much, much larger than Otis. I may not look it right now,
Sure.
but I am multiple tons.
Who can take down
That
more
little
lunch?
skinny twerp is at best a 1/4 ton.
Otis, Omos, and Oreo. I say a 3-way is coming.
We'll see about that. Finn Balor beat T-Bar, which I thought was a building accoutrement, but it's apparently a man. He was beaten. And then some muscle man beat him up. I don't know his name. I don't follow it closely enough. And finally, the main event, Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan had a match for the Raw Women's title. So I was watching this show, and they had a bunch of videos for this Liv Morgan about how, oh, my whole life I've been a wrestling fan. Oh, I'm going to win my first title ever. There's children cheering and going, oh. Hey, you'll never guess what happened, Mike.
What happened?
She got her ass kicked and she got beaten.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. And then the social media posted a picture of Becky and said, oh, you mad? Yeah, they're trolling the fans. What a horrible company.
Look, at least
Thank
Liv
God
looked
this is
good.
my job. Thank God my job is swimming and eating. Is that not a great job?
Actually, that's the best job in the world. That's what I've been trying to work myself
towards. It's actually a horrible
towards.
job, Mike, because there's not enough salmon. That's why Whale Scout is doing habitat restoration to make sure that there are enough salmon for me to eat. Otherwise, you know what's going to happen, Mike? I'm going to go extinct.
Oh, no.
Just like World Championship Wrestling.
Oh.
So donate today to Whale Scout. You can go to Bryan's Twitter at Bryan Alvarez. There's a link there, and you can donate. That sound cool?
That sounds incredible. Are all the sweatshirts sold out?
I'm wearing one right now.
Can't
you don't
tell.
see it?
No.
I'm very fat.
You must have ate the person that was wearing it.
It's really hot in this room.
How hot is it?
Ah, there we go. Back in a moment, everybody. Wrestling Observer Live. Danhausen's next.
Juice Robinson Q&A Part 1. Question number 1. Name your top 3 favorite TV shows.
Shit. No, I'm just kidding. My top 3 favorite TV shows. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I watch too much of the news. What do we watch? What do we watch a lot? We just watched... Oh, can we go back to that? Let me think on that.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. Question number 2. Describe the perfect burger.
Oh, okay. Lots of mayonnaise, extra pickle, mustard. No, never ketchup. Um, yeah, good amount of onion and pickle. Very important.
That's
And
perfect.
cheese, just regular
Okay, cheese,
cheeseburger,
definitely
straight up.
cheese. I love that. Okay, question number 3. Who are your most listened to artists or bands?
Ooh, right now, I was just listening to Leonard Skinner, and then I've just been like flipping through. I was listening to CCR. I'm moving right now, so I'm driving a lot. And I've just been listening to like CCR, like Tom Petty, like my back to my roots.
Perfect time to listen to those songs that you like
Yeah.
used to listen to back in the day,
Stuff
because
I
they
grew
always
up
bring
on.
back,
Yeah.
yeah, they bring back the best memories. Question number 4. What is your favorite movie genre?
Oh, hmm. I don't know. Maybe just drama. I like dramas.
Good drama. Question number 5. What's the perfect way to spend a day off?
On the couch.
Question number 6. How nervous were you to propose?
Oh, very, very, very nervous. But I was smart enough to know not to plan any dialogue. Don't ever plan diet. I didn't want to be one of those guys like, babe, I first saw you. That scared me. I just wanted, it's simple. One knee, one line. Just get it out. If you pick the right moment, you already won. That was my philosophy. Keep it simple, stupid. The KISS formula. But I was very, very nervous.
Did you like make sure to plan like every little thing, or were you kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do this like spontaneously, like everything around what you're gonna say?
I kept it really easy. I knew I needed to make sure that it was documented. So I had somebody there, and I knew she wouldn't expect it, but I knew it was the timing of it. It made sense when it happened. And it all was like, yeah, there was nothing to plan. So nothing could really get messed up unless I couldn't get the ring out of my pocket, which I was like, I was like feeling it through my pants the entire time. But
You're like, which hand is it again? Which hand is it?
yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations, by the way. Thank you guys so much for watching my Q&A with Juice Robinson. I will be back with a part 2, but in the meantime, do not forget to check out my show, Speak Now Pro Wrestling Live on Twitch and YouTube, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Until next time, I'll see you on the next video. Bye, everyone.
Back on the show, Mike Sempervive, Wrestling Observer Live. I'm here with Oreo the Orca, who, as much as Oreo likes to be on land, every once in a while he's got to get back into the ocean for a little bit and slather themselves around in some water before they make it back on and join us with Danhausen, who I believe might actually be out there riding Oreo right now. But until they make it back onto dry land here to join me for the show, I'll fill you in on a couple other things that are actually taking place in professional wrestling right now, which include the announcement of Ring of Honor's End of an Era Final Battle pay-per-view lineup being revealed. On this week's edition of ROH Week by Week, 3 matches were added to the card for Final Battle. Dalton Castle will defend his ROH TV championship against Rhett Titus, Silas Young, and Joe Hendry in a 4-way match at the pay-per-view. Dragon Lee versus Ray Orris also has been added to Final Battle, along with a 6-woman tag match with Chelsea Green, Allison Kay, Marty Bell against Angelina Love, Mandy Leone, and Miranda Alizé. Hendry, who's from Scotland, is returning stateside for ROH for the first time since the COVID-19 pandemic began. He's got up on his Twitter and up on ROH's Twitter. He put out a little promo of him working out and cutting a promo saying if he's going out on his own terms. So it was also announced on Week by Week that Shane Taylor against Kenny King at Final Battle will be a fight without honor. A fight without honor is, of course, an anything goes match. situation. I know Oreo is about to walk back in, but before they come swimming back in here with Danhausen on their back, I will announce that Jonah will be at PWG's Battle of Los Angeles for 2022. Jonah, who big Oreo the Orca fan.
We got him booked.
Yes, and Oreo, again, are you bigger than Jonah?
Oh, of course I am. How dare you? Jonah should kick your ass. Hey, Danhausen, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear Danhausen?
Hey, look at that. Holy Mother of God, look what we've done here. Mother
Phil
of Orca.
Timehausen. That's what we're doing.
Hello, Danhausen.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Pretty good. We're figuring out this microphone situation, yes?
Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it?
Well, it is all right now. Danhausen can hear you. He's going to turn you up there so you can hear you a little better.
Oh, very good. Hey, Danhausen, I have heard that you broke a leg. Is that true?
Yes, look at this, Oleg. Maybe you can see the crutches.
I can't see the crutches.
Well, I can see the crutches.
Yeah, I can see.
Well, you can see the crutches.
What
it's because you're in a whale suit.
Well, I have eyes. What happened to your leg?
Yes, so it was broken in half, snapped in two. The doctor said it was a tibia and a fibia. It was no fun. Danhausen heard it pop, thought it was his ankle. And then Warhorse took him to the hospital. And then the doctor said, no, it is right in the middle of your leg. So now Danhausen has a metal rod in it, and he's recovering.
Now, I'm a whale and not a doctor, but is it not a fibula and not a fibia?
A fibula? What, I know. Perhaps the doctor lied to Danhausen.
Well, it sounds like he may have.
Oh,
so
well, we should get our money back.
Yeah, well, absolutely, you should get your money back. What did the doctor say about your recovery timetable?
So, did not give Danhausen an exact timetable, but Danhausen's going in actually a week from today, in the morning, and he should get an updated diagnosis where he can put full weight on it, which will be quite nice, because then we can start doing PT and all of those sorts of things to get back into the ring. So hopefully not too long. Danhausen is hoping for a February or so.
Has this been the most major injury in the career of Danhausen?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Danhausen's only had, I think he broke his nose once, but who would know? Everyone breaks their nose like every 5 minutes in wrestling. And yes, this is the only time Danhausen's had a major injury, so that's pretty good. It's been about 9 years.
Hey, Danhausen, this is Oreo here.
Oh, hi.
I'm a whale. I don't have a lot of sources, but I was told that the man who broke your nose was Colt Cabana. Is that true?
Colt Cabana broke Danhausen's nose?
Is that true?
No, that's not true. Who told you such things?
Oh, I have sources in the business. Who broke your nose then?
What was it? It was in a match at where was this? Where did I get here? It was at AIW, but Danhausen does not remember who did it. I think it was in a scramble of some sort. It was like 2 years ago.
3 years ago. 2 years ago. So Danhausen, the way that your leg was broken, I mean, is it like that clean break where they say you'll come back 100%, or was it a little more complicated than that?
Oh, no, clean break right down the middle. So he's also got the rod placed, so the doctor says it's just going to heal fine.
So
it will be just fine. Just the rod holds the bones in place while they mend back together, Wolverine style.
So do they take the rod out later?
No, it stays in, he believes. So Danhausen plans on using it as a finishing maneuver, maybe. Be a legal way to hit people with a metal rod.
Ooh, yeah, it's amazing, Danhausen. You were booked for a lot of things going on, and some people would get injured and they wouldn't show up for these types of things, but you seem to be going out and doing every last appearance that you possibly can, even though you have to get around sometimes in a wheelchair right there, that very evil wheelchair that you're using. Where have you been? I saw the video blog. You went to WrestleCade. How's it been being on the road with your injury?
That was quite nice. Danhausen went to WrestleCade. He's trying to do the ones where he can do appearances and just meet fans, not have to do too much. We did, what was it, Mondo Lucha in Milwaukee, where Danhausen went out to the stage. He introduced Warhorse as his replacement. That was nice. We did WrestleCade, but of course, Danhausen met his favorite wrestling tag team, FTR. That was wonderful. He met a bunch of other people as well. What did we have coming up? We've got, we got Final Battle. We're going to stick with that, I suppose. Suppose we're going to do that. This weekend, Danhausen's going to C2E2 with CM Punk. It's going to be at the Pro Wrestling Tees booth. With CM Punk for Friday and Sunday.
C2E2, what is that?
It is the Chicago Expo Convention Expo, I think. Yes, that'll do.
Ah. Interesting.
It's just a big celebrity fest. People go there, they meet fans. Fans go there, rather. They meet the celebrities. The celebrities sign photos and take photos with them. I think AEW has a table there as well.
Interesting.
Danhausen, I mean, it's hard to deny that you are one of the most marketable people on the indie scene, or really anywhere in professional wrestling. And zombiesailor.com, you have action figures that are available for sale. And, for anybody that may be missing out on seeing Danhausen wrestle, they can actually bring Danhausen into their own homes and actually wrestle about with these figures, correct?
Yes, it's right here on the screen. Can you see it?
Well, if our producer would get it. There it is, yes.
Hey.
There it is. This is the prototype. Danhausen's been sent it. He brought it on. This is available probably until Friday and maybe at midnight, but do not wait until midnight just in case. They went up at 10 a.m. on Friday, and it ends on Friday, so it could end at 10 a.m., who knows. But you can go to zombiesailor.com. Danhausen's the #1 seller right now. He beat Jeff Jarrett was the #1. Beat him in a few hours. Danhausen so powerful.
Jeff Jarrett?
Wow.
Yes.
Hey,
you go there, you buy it, or you be cursed.
Yeah, who doesn't have any dolls? I don't believe those ass boys down in the A&W have any of those. What has been going on with the Billy Gunn family and these young ass boys who you seem to keep running into?
Mike, you can't say ass boys on the air.
Well,
no, it's fine. It's the last name.
Yes. This is all how it is.
You see, his name is Billy Gunn Ass. So. Because you remember in the late 90s, he wore underwear that had his last name on them. It said Mr. Ass. So, these ass boys, Danhausen is trying to get them to embrace the family name. Gets them more popular on television. It worked for their father many years ago.
Embrace the ass?
Yes, exactly. Do it. He even had a finishing maneuver called the Fame Asser, because he's so famous because of his last name.
He did have a Fame Asser. That is true. Hey, Danhausen, before we get to the ass boys, a lot of wrestlers in this industry get injured and they put up GoFundMes. Do you have anything of that nature?
We did. Yeah, it was successfully funded, so it helped out Danhausen quite a bit. Danhausen still has bills that just keep randomly showing up in the mail, which is quite menacing.
How could Oreo help you?
What is it?
How could Oreo help you now if the GoFundMe is ended?
So we're just ProWrestlingTees.com/Danhausen. He's been helping quite a bit. Danhausen's been a #1 seller there for quite some time.
Very good.
So to do that, do cameos, do Patreon. Patreon.com/LoveThatDanhausen is one wonderful way to support Danhausen directly because he puts tons of bonus content on there.
Danhausen, I gotta ask with the kid.
Let me ask Danhausen. What kind of bonus content do you have on this Patreon?
Oh wow, Danhausen's glad you asked. Sometimes you'll put up his big cartel store up there about an hour before public, and then things sell out to the Patreon. But he's got a cooking show. He has a interview show where he interviews the likes of Chris Judas, Renee Paquette, so on and so forth. And that goes exclusively up there for many, many months. What else we got? We got a review show, and we've got the movie review show. The other review show is a food review. So
what do you
lots
review?
of bonus Danhausen content on there.
What do you review
Video
on
content.
your review show?
For which one? The food?
The non-food.
Oh, the non-food. So he reviewed movies. So we did Home Alone for Halloween because it's a scary movie. There's burglars in it, and then he tortures them. So we did that one. What else have we done? Aliens. It's a great film. Have you ever seen it?
No. I'm a whale.
But it's pretty good. You should get
Danhausen, have you ever thought about watching Free Willy?
You've seen that movie.
Have you ever thought about watching Free Willy and reviewing that?
No, we did Jaws. Jaws is enough. That's too much underwater.
Yeah.
Seems a lot of these
You
movies
don't want
are
to saturate
scary.
the market.
Well, Danhausen, listen, stand by in for 1 second. We're going to come back and talk more about this wrestling after the break. Sound good?
Yes.
All right, back in a moment. Observer Live.
Juice Robinson Q&A part 2. Question number 7. Best places to eat when you're on the road.
Ooh, okay. If I'm trying to be healthy, you probably got to eat like Chick-fil-A or Pollo Tropical. That's if you're down by Florida. I like Waffle House. That's one of my favorites. Anywhere you can get a steak or a salad. Yeah, lately I've just been eating salads when I'm trying to be healthy anyways. I've been moving, so all hell breaks loose. All the rules go out the window. But yeah, Pollo Tropical, Chipotle, and what was the other one I said?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
Yeah. Question number 8. What's your biggest gym pet peeve?
Not putting away your weights. And the close one is like when guys are like grunting and putting on some sort of like, everybody should search Buff Dudes. They're these two guys that make a YouTube show, but they have like this video called Gym Wildlife, and it's kind of like a comedic small movie about how like men are just so stupid in the gym. And we are. Come on, dude. There's no reason to be making noise in LA Fitness. Get real. Good God, it's LA Fitness. Relax. You can force the blood to the muscle without making a peep. Trust me, and you'll look good probably if you're eating the right stuff. Ugh. Yeah, but anyways, even with that being said, not putting away your weights, that really chaps my ass. Because that's just laziness. And that's just not having respect for your fellow man. Okay, that's just downright ignorant. Not cleaning up after yourself. Sickening.
That is true. And no sound effects. And question number 9, you kind of answered this one, but do you have any pets? I know you mentioned a dog.
I do. Where is he? Oh, you want to see it? Can I travel in the show?
Please. Yeah,
Here we
go
go.
right ahead.
So
I'm all
this
for a
is
tour. Oh, how cute. What's his name?
his name's Ralph.
Oh, hi, Ralph.
Hello, Ralph.
I think, is this Ralph's official television debut?
No, Tony had him on something before too. I think.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's awesome.
But yeah, that's Ralph, and now he's perky.
Oh, now he's like, I'm up, lights,
Now
camera,
he also
action,
plays. Like,
ready
what
to
was
roll.
that? Yeah. But yeah, Ralph, he's a beagle healer.
And before we,
He's a
sorry,
handful,
go
but
ahead.
he's cute. Oh no, I was just saying he's a beagle healer.
Oh, adorable. And last question number 10. Do you collect anything?
I'm gonna start collecting records. I know that's not very original, but I don't really care because, I don't know. I like music, and that's a cool thing to collect because you can. And I like old music. That's the thing. So when you collect it, it's a cool decorative piece for your house. You know what I mean? You get a cool shelf, a lot of cool shelves you can get to hold records. Yeah, it's just fun. It's fun that when you have people over, throw a record on, have a couple drinks.
Hello, everybody. Back on the show here. I'm Oreo the Orca, joined by Mike Sempervive and Dan Housen. Say hello, Dan Housen.
Hello.
I have an announcement to make here. Are you all ready?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm a whale. I don't watch a lot of wrestling, but I've seen Danhausen in all sorts of different places. I like this guy, and he's injured. Now, the reason that I am here today is because our Twitch homies raised over $1,000 to get me to co-host the show today in place of Bryan. So therefore, here's what I'm going to do. If you go to Bryan's Twitter, at Bryan Alvarez, the GoFundMe link to raise money for Oreo is still there. For every dollar that gets raised in the next 20 minutes, I will donate the equivalent amount of money to Danhausen. Hey. So your money will go twice as far. If we raise $500 for Whale Scout, I will give $500 to Danhausen. Out of Bryan's money, by the way, not my own. Does that sound good?
Oh.
Yes.
Sounds pretty good to Danhausen.
Yeah, so go to my Twitter right now, at Bryan Alvarez. Donate to Whale Scout. Is a registered 501c3 nonprofit. Every dollar raised in the next 20 minutes, I will donate an equivalent amount to Danhausen. You can support 2 things with one donation.
The black and white connection. Unbelievable,
yes,
like dominoes.
Yes. We don't like people
Good.
breaking
Thank
their
you,
legs,
Mr. Whale.
Yeah. You know, Danhausen, if you were a whale, you wouldn't have broken your leg.
This is true because whales don't have legs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Danhausen, you mentioned that FTR was your favorite tag team.
Oh, yes.
What do you love about them? They're evil?
Sure. They are evil, and they're very nice because they follow the rules. They hold that little tag rope in the corner.
So you like them because they are evil and they follow the rules?
Yes, it's exactly what Danhausen does. He's very evil, but he does not break the rules.
What is it about that tag rope? Because obviously FTR stands for Feel the Rope, if I'm not mistaken. So what is it about the tag rope that makes it follow the rules and makes it? What is it about the tag rope? What is it about the rules that makes Danhausen, a very evil man, feel so good about things? Well, what is it about the rules that makes Danhausen happy?
Well, because then they can't disqualify you and take away your money.
Oh, yeah, good point there. Yeah, you've really actually got this business figured out.
Tag rope, the referee cannot yell at you, disqualify you, toss you out.
When you were a little boy, I presume you were a little evil boy once, because most little boys are evil. What did you enjoy watching in professional wrestling? Who are your favorite wrestlers? What did you grow up watching as a little evil man?
So, Danhausen's first wrestling memory, one, was the New Age Outlaws throwing Texas Chainsaw Massacre Charlie off the apron, or what is it, the stage, with Cactus Jack. They pushed him off, Chainsaw Charlie. And 900 times on that episode. So, he remembers that. But also Kane ripping off the door when he debuted.
Oh, at the Hell in a Cell 1997, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, a 5-star classic.
That's Bad Blood, yes. It is one of Danhausen's favorite matches of all time.
Yes. How old were you, Danhausen, when that match took place?
Oh, about, what was that, 1997, so about 700 years old.
Oh, my Lord.
You're some little math, who knows?
Well, when you were much younger and much, a younger type of evil, did you ever think of wanting to work, a human type of gimmick? There's all these gimmicks in wrestling, and obviously you are an authentic evil person, but did you ever think about wanting to be, Ric Flair or Hulk Hogan or somebody like that, or did you always know that you wanted to be the very evil Danhausen in pro wrestling?
Oh, well, Danhausen liked Cold Steve Austin. He was pretty good, but Danhausen did not want to shave his head bald to look just like him, so went with the evil route. Seemed to be easier, more natural for Danhausen, and more authentic.
Probably better on your liver, too.
Oh, yes, probably so. He misses most of it. He does not seem to be paying attention when he drinks those cans.
That's a good point.
Danhausen, what did you tell your parents when you were an evil little boy? I mean, did you always want to be a wrestler since you saw that Bad Blood match? Or did you think, perhaps I'll drive a taxi or work at Applebee's? What were your aspirations growing up?
Well, Danhausen's not evil enough to work at Applebee's. That place is gross. The appetizers are not very good. But anyways, Danhausen dressed his parents dressed Danhausen as Kane, little mini Kane, in 1998, I think it was. Danhausen's father made Danhausen a custom costume, just like Kane, and he went to school that way. Had a wig and everything. It was quite wonderful. I believe it was made from red sweatpants. So that was pretty good. Danhausen did not want to be a taxi cab driver because he does not live in New York City, and that's where you do that. But yes, he just wanted to be a wrestler.
Did Danhausen go to school just in case this wrestling thing didn't work out for him?
Danhausen tried going to Human College for about, a year or two? He did not like it. He said, this is not for me. And then he threw it out and never looked back.
Danhausen...
I suppose he does look back.
Yes, the original host of the show, Bryan Alvarez, he did the exact same thing. He went to a community college for 1.5 years and also decided it was not for him, and he got the hell out.
It is like paying for high school. It is horrible.
A waste of time.
13th grade. Yes.
Bryan took karate when he was in the community college. A lot of karate and creative writing, and after that it was like, I don't need any more.
Danhausen had History Goes to the Movies where they made him watch Gladiator, which is not real history, so that didn't make sense.
Oh, that's worse than Applebee's.
Yes! Also, one time Danhausen had Dolph Ziggler's theme song as his alarm and it went off in class.
No, he didn't.
Yes, it's true. Danhausen likes Dolph Ziggler. You like Dolph Ziggler? He's good matches.
He has good matches. I will not deny
Yeah,
that he
get
has
it.
good
All
matches.
of the ones with Kofi Kingston. Wonderful.
Danhausen, who's the greatest wrestler that you've ever seen besides yourself, of course, and Bryan Alvarez?
Oh, yes, the two. Danhausen's first Ring of Honor show he ever went to had El Generico, Kevin Steen, the Kings of Wrestling, the Briscoes. Who else? It was like the golden period with like Roderick Strong and everybody was there. Those were all pretty good. CM Punk and Bryan Danielson, Danhausen saw them. Probably all of them.
Danhausen, what is on the short list of things that you want to accomplish when you get back in the ring? You know, do you have ideas on I want to go to Japan or something like that? What is it that you want to accomplish here in the near future here as you come back from injury?
Danhausen must get back on television and take over television, and continue his takeover of the world.
What are you going to do when you take over the world, just out of curiosity? Because this world kind of sucks.
Oh, that's true. So Danhausen's gonna make it not suck. He's gonna take it over, switch, make it a little better on TV, have a nice time, and then take a nap probably because Danhausen's very tired from working so much.
Danhausen, I know you got to run through a lot of different people and see a lot of people, and most people probably are happy to see you, but then you find those older, crustier wrestlers that sometimes you run into them at different places. And have you ever had a bad experience with a crusty old wrestler like a Bryan Alvarez, for example, who's bitter and maybe doesn't understand your genius and your evil?
Oh, yes. Danhausen actually has not even had to deal with that much. Even the Jim Cronin fellow, the Corvette man, he even likes Danhausen, so he doesn't really have to deal with it too much.
Jim Cornette likes Danhausen?
Yeah.
Yes, he loves Danhausen.
Got to ask Lance Storm. He's a very stern man. I'm not sure what Lance Storm might think about
yes,
Danhausen.
Ask him. Yes, Danhausen is almost universally beloved.
Really? Is there anyone, Danhausen, that hates you?
Oh, Bryan Johnson. He hates Danhausen.
An MMA fighter?
No. From Ring of Honor.
Ring of
the
Honor.
Bald fellow.
Yes.
Oh, that guy.
It's probably one of the reasons why he's angry he's
He
bald.
wrestled like 39 times in that company in 1 month.
My lord. Well, why does he hate you?
Probably because Danhausen beat him at Final Battle to win his contract at the company.
They'll do it.
Oh, he's holding a grudge?
Yes. But,
Danhausen.
he's pretty good, so I suppose it's fine.
Sure. Now let me ask you a question. You may not know the answer to this, Danhausen, but let's say that you did not break your leg. Who do you think you might have faced at Final Battle?
Dalton Castle, probably.
Oh,
For that television championship.
that's devastating.
Yes. Well, Danhausen doesn't know, but if he had to guess, that's what he would have wanted to do at least.
Yeah, Oreo likes this Dalton Castle fella.
Oh, he's quite good.
He's amazing.
Danhausen was lucky enough to wrestle him at one of the pay-per-views a few months ago.
Yes. Did you see the Final Battle commercial with Dalton Castle that went up earlier today?
Yes, because you retweeted it. Danhausen saw it, actually.
I
You
did.
missed it
I mean,
otherwise.
Bryan did, yes.
Oh, Bryan did. Sorry, yes, not you.
Yes.
Bryan did, rather.
He's quite incredible, isn't he?
He is. And he has, what is it, the chickens, the little bird people that hang out with
The
him.
little bird people, yes. The peacocks, is that right?
Yes, I
Help us
believe
out,
so.
Mike.
They're quite impressive. Calls them the baby chickens. That's what it is.
The baby chickens.
The little
yes.
chicks, yes.
Who is your
bounces
Danhausen?
back up on his feet after Danhausen devastates him via whatever he's doing.
Let's imagine that you come back from your injury and you're a free agent, and
Yes.
we'll eliminate WWE from the question here because like that ain't gonna happen. They don't let anybody do anything unless they're signed. But I mean, if you were a free agent, you could probably do stuff for AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, whatever they end up becoming, and Impact Wrestling. Who is your dream opponent?
Oh, my. This is a tough question. Because there's a list. There's a whole list of him. Danhausen would really like to wrestle or team with, obviously, CM Punk. There's MJF. That would be quite wonderful.
He's very evil.
Chris Judas. Danhausen owes one with Corey Rhodes. And what else? There's so many people. What else? What else? Who else could there be?
You went on the cruise with Chris Jericho, correctly?
Oh, yes, it was wonderful. He invited Danhausen because he's so famous.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun on that cruise, isn't it?
Yes, you see, Danhausen saved Chris Judas at the end of it from the Chaos Project.
Yes, I live on the water, so I know how much fun it is to be on the water.
Yes, it was wonderful. Just you're on this boat. You're on the boat with everybody. It was great. Great time for Danhausen.
Are you going to go on the March cruise with Jericho Judas?
You'd have to ask Chris Judas himself, but who knows?
Bro, I
Danhausen
would
could
think
pop
if
up.
you saved him, you should be next in line to go on that boat.
You would think, yes. Danhausen
Yeah,
saved
I
him.
would
The least
think
he
that.
could do is put him on the boat.
I would think that. Did you do any of the
Oh,
meet and
also,
greets or
Danhausen
the
does have a dream
Q&As?
match, if he could come back and choose. Perhaps you'll bring it up to him this weekend. It could be
Yeah,
Danhausen, master of the GTS, and his good friend, CM Punk, who also does the GTS because Danhausen said, hey, you can use my finisher sometimes, versus FTR. Did pretty good.
Now, Danhausen, I know we're getting close on time here, but I've got to ask you, if the only way that you could team with CM Punk is that you had to grow out a mustache to match the mustache of CM Punk's, the famous mustache that you had up in the video today, would you do so? Would there be matching mustaches?
Oh, yes, absolutely. If Danhausen, they said, you need a mustache, Danhausen will either, he'll get the fake one, or he'll draw one on, or he'll grow it, depending on how long it takes, who knows. Yes, we'll get both mustaches, and we'll come back with a vengeance.
Looks like it takes a while for you to grow a mustache, Danhausen. Is that right?
Yes, probably a couple of years at least.
Yeah. Bryan knows the gimmick. Stand by, everybody. Observer Live. Oh, hey! Back here on the show, Oreo the Orca, Mike Sempervive, and the great Dan Housen. Hey, I want to thank all of the Twitch homies and Sports Byline listeners, folks watching on YouTube every day. $500 raised for Dan Housen. Hey!
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yes, love-hate relationship with John here, who I think has donated about $1,000 to get me in the suit and raise money for Dan Housen. But thank you, John. I appreciate it. And Dan Housen, we got like a couple of... Yeah, we got like a minute left. Let's get some plugs in.
Oh, you just want Danhausen to shoot off some plugs?
Shoot off them plugs.
All right, ProWrestlingTees.com/Danhausen. Let's make Danhausen the number one. Well, number 2 seller of the year because no one's beating CM Punk, let's be honest. Let's see, Cameo.com/Danhausen. You can have Danhausen curse your bosses or enemies or whoever you want. Patreon.com/LoveThatDanhausen, where that is the best place to support Danhausen directly, where you get a ton of bonus content from Danhausen, such as videos and interviews and so on and so forth. And YouTube.com/LoveThatDanhausen for some previews of that stuff and other things as well. Those are probably the best ways to support Danhausen. Also, there's only a couple days left, Friday, to go pre-order this toy. It comes out Q2 of 2022, but it is quite wonderful. This is a prototype at zombiesailor.com.
Well, Dan Housen, listen, we want to thank you so much for doing the show here today. We love you here on Wrestling Observer Live. It was a lot of fun to be able to have you on as a guest the day that I hosted the show. I really appreciate it. And, of course,
Dan Housen appreciates you, and we must make sure this gets 17 stars.
Yeah, well, it's got 17 blowholes. That's what we agreed on earlier today.
That's pretty good.
17 blowholes. Thank you, Twitch homies. Thank you, everybody on YouTube. Thank you, everybody who donated to Whale Scout as well as Dan Housen. Thanks, Mike, Dan Housen, everybody in the studio, my main man, Dom. We'll talk to you next time. Wrestling Observer Live. Hey!